In this town of Arima where I am, this is the hub, absolutely the hub for the bus. This is the bus terminal. It is right in the middle of a park, and I think it is so gorgeous. I wish I could get closer to those trees, but they were way back, and it's really, really, really beautiful. I just love the green, and these little huts or whatever they are for, you know, they are for rent, etc. And right behind in that green, in fact, that you are seeing, is a savanna where people play, they exercise, they come to, let me go a little closer. The children come to have their football matches and games and practice sessions, etc. And I think it's pretty gorgeous. I think it's pretty gorgeous. So I really just wanted to share. This is the reason why I like coming to this town. See, this is the reason why I like coming to this town. And right now the workmen are from the Port of Spain Arima Corporation. Isn't this tree gorgeous? They are doing their morning duty. And that is the velodrome behind there, where you see that person passing. I just wanted to share that this morning before I speak about my aha moment as I was having breakfast there. So I suppose, yeah, I could switch it now. How do I switch it? You know, I don't know how to switch it back for you to see me. But is that really necessary? Okay, here we are. All right, we are back to me. So here's my aha moment. Because I'm an observer ever since a child. I was probably forced into it, but it's also part of my character, I suspect, because I like to understand. And because I have done also a lot of research into the history of the people who make up this country, because this is a place where the original inhabitants, the Indians, when I say Indians, I mean that's what we call them now, but Americans would call them Red Indians, etc. They actually established this town and gave this town the name Arima. And this tribe, I call them tribes, they are still prevalent in the city and around, and they have their annual pilgrimages, etc. But I just wanted to say this. So that's one tribe. Those were the originals that the Spanish conquistadores found here, right? They were part of it, and most of them were murdered through slavery, hard work, and all of the diseases and pestilence brought here by these Caucasians. So that's one part of the history. The next part is when the enslaved Africans from different tribes in Africa were brought here by British and mainly French colonials. Okay, white French from the mainland. They were brought here, and they included most of the tribes that were the people that were stolen from various tribes in Africa. Why am I bringing up that? Because I have noticed, I've been to Africa many times, right? Different countries. And because I recognize the physiology, the faces, the body type, the height, etc. of different tribes in Africa, I can see the similarities of the same people. I mean, all the tribes look the same. When you are from one tribe, everybody carries the same characteristics. We're not talking personality. Characteristics, the shape, the height, the feetiest. It is really, really quite shocking. I've never seen anything like it. And because I know, I wouldn't say I know Africa 100%, but the people who make up the tribes, I recognize they were the ancestors, and I recognize the similarity from the African tribes in Trinidadians. I'm gonna leave the big onions aside for a bit. An ant is crawling on me. And I won't say that I know the names of the particular tribes that they came from, because I don't. That was never my interest. However, here's my aha moment. Because as I am observing, it's automatic. As I am observing people, do you know what I realized? The tribe that I came from does not exist in this country. And I've been everywhere. And because we are everywhere, Trinidadians love to move around. I have never seen, ever since I wondered why did I look different from everybody else in the family, I have never seen anyone of my tribe in this country or in Tobago. And that told me, that explained the disconnect that I feel here. Nobody looks like me. We're all black, so we're gorgeous. That's it. Nobody looks like me. My particular tribe that I come from was not part of those enslaved and brought here to Trinidad. I have only seen one individual, one African woman who resembled me, body type, shape, face, etc. And guess where that was? In Switzerland, of all places. But I knew she was African. And I just wanted to share that because I have never felt comfortable in this country. I have never felt welcome in this country. I have never felt seen in this country by my parents or anybody else. I really, really am very different character-wise. It's true, but I'm sure there are other people with similar characters like mine. But in this particular case, I'm just talking about the look. But here's something else that's interesting. I have been also to many places in the Middle East. And in the Middle East, would you believe, particularly when I was in Morocco, often in Morocco, people would come and address me in Arabic. and they all said the same thing when I said, I don't understand, I don't speak Arabic. They actually said that I resemble the woman from the Berber tribe, the Moroccan tribe. They are nomads. We would say Berber in English, B-E-R, and everyone knows about those Berber rugs, right? The white or cream or off-white woolly wool rugs that are so prized. Here's another thing. During my time in India, particularly in southern India, I love India. I mean, I love India. I love that continent. I know India better than I know Africa. However, do you know that because I used to have my head tied a lot, I just love the style, so I would choose different fabric to tie my head. More than one person approached me thinking that I was a native from a particular tribe in India. Don't you find that interesting? I found that very interesting. So I just had to share that this morning. When you feel, it's important, when you feel a disconnect for some reason, and it just continues, and you don't feel as if you belong, I am beginning to suspect that there is a deeper reason, that perhaps we are all looking for our tribe, and I'm not talking about the soul tribe. because I've found my soul tribe with different people on Facebook, on social media, etc. No, I'm talking about that particular tribe where we originated. I am beginning to suspect that that is probably the deeper reason what we are seeking. Because many people, I'll end by saying this, decades ago before I left Trinidad, many people were saying, let's go back to Africa, because they were looking for their homeland. Now we know the African continent is the homeland of every people on this planet. This is fact. Because way back, that's a bus arriving in the distance, one of the old ones, so it's quite noisy. It was all one continent. Right? Africa was the homeland. However, the funny part is, not one of these motherfuckers here in this country could live in Africa, because the life is hard. At that time, the life is hard, and they still would not be able to live in a lot of places in Africa now, because their colonial training, because a lot of them, I have to say them, not me, I don't think, I rejected that very early, but the mentality is very much Western. A lot of them could not live in Africa. So I'm going to end by saying this was a fascinating journey and aha this morning. Ciao.